We do have to discuss the biggest news of the week, and it starts with this really fascinating quote from Anthropic's Dario Amodei.
But now getting to kind of the job side of this, I do have a fair amount of concern about this. If I look at coding, programming, which is one area where AI is making the most progress, what we are finding is we are not far from a world, I think we'll be there in 3 to 6 months, where AI is writing 90% of the code. And then in 12 months, we may be in a world where AI is writing essentially all of the code.
Okay. So that's a year. That's fine.
That's a year.
A lot can happen in a year.
It's a very important thing for our audience and the world at large to kind of understand this both speed and scale that this AI is getting to in this particular side of the world, of the business world. There's a story in the Wall Street Journal last week where tech parents who were originally pushing their kids into the tech world or into coding are now telling their kids to go into creative skill jobs because they believe that tech is going to change so much in the next little bit.
Are these parents right for saying go into art? Because it's not like the AI won't be able to generate full movies and music and everything else. Like, should they get into communications so they know how to speak to the machines, or poetry so they can creatively describe it? Or should they go to a trade school?
My biggest thing is we have to start thinking about how and what meaningful work means. To your point, is poetry meaningful work? It probably is to some people, but right now I did not get a poetry degree, but literally the reason I did not go is because you cannot make very much money in poetry. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was not a smart move to get an MFA in poetry. But if you could have a life that felt meaningful and that was what you wanted to focus on, it probably would be a good use of human time.
I guess the only poetry you need to write is a haiku that directs agents to go out and do your bidding.
Yes. What would it be?
And help you understand what meaning is.
Help me man this, please. That's 5 syllables.
Yeah.
I need a new term paper now. That's 7 syllables. I am more on today. There you go. That's my Manus haiku. I am more on today.
I thought it was like more on, like MORE. Like on.
Actually, that could work both ways.